We're going to talk about a tournament in South Carolina, one-day tournament that I played up in, where we go? Columbia. Wildwood? Yeah. The course was called Wildwood Country Club. As you can tell, just a few weeks ago. I have since forgotten the name of the course, but I think I retained the message, the lesson that I took away from it. So I might splice in some video of me practicing on the range to give you something to look at. We are making a swing change. We will talk about that very soon. For now, this is me in real time doing it. So what do I retain from this tournament? Well, we started great. Fun little course. I gotta say, we played a practice round the day before and wow, maybe the hilliest course I've ever played in my life. Just a ton of undulations up and down on every single hole. Started real strong in the tournament with a birdie on the first hole, par 5. Quirky hole, can't go for it, can't hit driver. I hit 5-iron off the tee. Follow that up with a layup with a 7-iron, and then hit a wedge to about 4 feet. Just stuffed it and tapped it in. Tapped it in. I made the 4-footer for birdie. Pretty lucky to stay in bounds on 2, and this is kind of the theme of the day. The driver goes wayward early and often. I lost it the day before in the practice round, and I don't feel like I ever got it back. This is 3 weeks later, I'm still trying to get it back. So a lot of trouble off the tee. Thankfully didn't really get punished for it on the front 9. This is a Carolina Mountain Tour event, so I don't have the scorecard, and there's no scorecard posted online. The results are probably gone in the ether by now. I get to hole 8, which is a reachable par 5, and I'm even par. This is kind of the biggest mistake of the day. It's one of the biggest regrets I have from this tournament, if not the biggest regret. I'm sitting 260 yards from the pin. It's downhill. I got a 5-wood, and I went for it the day before in the practice round, and I knew I could get it there, but the lie was really poor, and I was gonna have to hit a pretty strong draw, which I'm not super comfortable hitting with a 5-wood. But I did it anyway. I tried to go hunting for the birdie or the eagle or whatever. I don't really know. It was ill-advised decision, and that ends up with a big-time hook, just low and left, out of the bad lie I had, and it goes out of bounds. So drop another, lay up this time, put it to about 7 feet, and make the bogey putt. Thankfully, we made the bogey putt. Regardless of how I feel about the out of bounds, it was my mistake. I hit a bad 5-wood. I should have just laid up. If I had just laid up, I would have made birdie. I laid up and then got up and down anyway. So, real shame to leave that hole 1 over. Get through hole 9, thankfully, by some miracle. The driver really let me down at this point. I can't trust it. I can't count on it. I have no idea where it's going. But we get through 9 with a good chip and a good putt. And we are 1 over going into the back 9 and a really short par 5. Things kind of start to slowly devolve from here. Again, bad drive on 10 gives me no chance at birdie. Had to punch out into the fairway from there, ended up making a par. I mean, just ugly stuff really to start the back 9. And this is where it gets a little murky. I don't remember exactly what order I made these scores in or how it happened, but at some point during the back 9, I made 3 doubles? Or was it 4 doubles? Yeah, 4 doubles. I made 4 doubles on the back 9, largely due to out of bounds. This course was incredibly tight, out of bounds down both sides of it, houses everywhere. Just not a real good look when you got a driver in your hand that you don't trust. I mean, something about seeing houses and out of bounds lines all over the place when you have no idea where the driver's going doesn't inspire confidence. So I hit a couple out of bounds, took doubles that way. I took doubles the hard way, the long way, the short way. Ugly doubles. I made a double on a par 3, short-sided myself behind a bunker, chipped it into the bunker, out of the bunker. Wasn't pretty. Back 9 was a 9 to forget, but there was redeeming qualities about it. Despite losing the driver, we have a kind of a tough tee shot on 18, where we're teeing off literally on the back of 17 green, like in the fringe is where they had the tee set up. We're going down the hill, over water, and then the fairway kind of rises up to the right. Really tough, challenging finishing hole, and with a driver that I'm hitting really poorly, it gets pretty scary. And so I was really happy to hit a really good drive on that hole, and then from there, hit a incredible pitching wedge to about, I don't know, 12, 13 feet just behind the hole. And at this point, my chance at breaking 80 is gone, but I'd really like to finish with a birdie because it's always good to finish with a birdie. And so I did. I made the putt for birdie on 18, which is a really strong birdie. And if I remember correctly, I actually made 2 or 3 birdies in the last 4 or 5 holes. Now, they were surrounded by doubles, so it was like double birdie, and that, you know, not great. But an overall score of 80, 37, 43, obviously got away from us on the back 9. Doesn't really matter what we shot. Doesn't matter if I remember these holes. The important takeaway here, because this is a really, really big tournament for me, I think it's going to have implications going forward massively on this journey, because it was the first round of golf, not just tournament, but round of golf, where I played poorly and left happy. I left smiling. I didn't question my ability because of one bad round. I just said, hey, it's a bad round. It doesn't represent who I am as a player. And in the past, I think I would have internalized that and said, oh, is this really who I am now? Is this why I'm practicing all these hours? Do this? And so I think it was a really big moment for me in this journey to smile and say, hey, we sucked on the back 9. Made a bunch of doubles. I mean, really, really ugly. And that's fine. But for the first time, to leave a round, shoot 80, look bad doing it, and say, hey, it's okay. And leave happier than when you got there. I think that's a real big moment for us. We're going to talk next week about the next tournament coming up, because we have 1 week until that tournament. So we're right back in the saddle again. I can't wait to get down there to Florida. Yeah, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll see you guys shortly in the next one. Otherwise, thanks for hanging on for the ride.